Good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is TJ Callahan, and I'm just so excited to bring to you life coaching theories. I'm so excited about this project that God has given to me, just to talk about different ways to navigate through life, different principles to bring to your life, different theories to bring to your life to help you to be successful. And last week, I was talking about, confronting yourself, like just knowing, seeing who you are, owning up to who you are, and looking in self. Sometimes we look at everybody else and what everybody else is doing, but we have to learn how to confront and confront ourselves. And you mind your business and take care of your business, then things will begin to happen because you're not paying attention to everybody else. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. It's so appreciated. It's such an encouraging thing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It keeps me coming. It keeps me going. It keeps me exploring. Today I want to talk about boundaries. What do you think when you hear the word boundaries? Are you someone who crosses boundaries, or are you the person that when boundaries are crossed in your life, you won't say anything because you don't know how to approach it? I'm the person that when someone crosses my boundaries, for a long time, I didn't know how to approach it. So I would just let them continue to cross boundaries. Boundaries could be crossed by anyone, your mate, your children, your parents, your employee, your coworker, a person in the street. Boundaries can be crossed, but sometimes when you continue to either cross boundaries or allow boundaries to be crossed in your life, it hinders you. It hinders you because it puts you back into a place, and sometimes you're like, why am I so anxious? Why I have so much anxiety? Because you're not putting things in order. When you allow people to continue to cross your boundaries, your limits, it puts you in a stagnated place because you're not standing up for yourself. And it's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to stop people. Boundaries are a line that marks the limits of an area, a dividing line. I don't care who it is. You have to be able to tell people, okay, this is my personal space, or I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable with you just crossing the line. For example, someone coming into your home and just going into your refrigerator or something like that. For me, that's a boundary. So you may feel uncomfortable and say don't go in my refrigerator, but then you will sit there and ponder on it and be upset about it. No, it's not for you to be upset about it. It's for you to nip that thing in the bud, so the next time they come to your home, they won't go into your refrigerator. And that's just something small. You have boundaries financially where people will keep on coming and borrowing money and don't pay it back. That's a financial boundary, or people ask you to do favors for them, but then when it's asked upon them, they don't know how to reciprocate that. So in our lives, we have to learn that in order to go forward in life, in order to reach those goals, you have to have certain things put in place in your life for your life to run and navigate smoother. And a lot of times we are stuck when somebody continues to cross those boundaries in our life, continue to put more work on you than you can handle, which makes you overwhelmed. You become overwhelmed because they've crossed the line. Oh, you could do this. You got this. And that is manipulative because they are pumping you up to do what they want you to do, crossing your boundaries. But it's okay to say, no, I'm doing this thing, and that thing will be too much for me and may overwhelm me and make me anxious and be just too much. I have my own work to do. Personal space boundaries. Sometimes even as women, we on social media, and you post a picture or something like that, and someone comments on your picture, but it's crossing the line. Sometimes we don't know how to comment back, so we won't comment. We won't say anything, and you pretty much feel disrespected because they've said something that's kind of out of line, and they feel like, they may say something like, oh, you so sexy, oh, your lips, or this and that, because it's happened to me. But you have to have, you can't just not say anything. You have to say, no, I'm a woman, like respect me, and put something. You don't have to be nasty, but don't allow anyone to, if that's a boundary for you, nip that thing in the bud and address it. It's okay. It's okay. Men, when a female comes and she crosses your boundaries, she sees you wearing a wedding band, or even that you have a girlfriend, or anything like that, or just saying things that's too aggressive or something. Yes, women do say things that's aggressive that make you kind of feel uncomfortable. Learn how to nip it in the bud, because it may cost you and save you a lot of trouble. We have to learn how to recognize and deal with it. Nip things in the bud when they happen. Even when it comes to our children, we have to learn how to nip things in the bud when we ask our kids not to do something or to do something and they don't do it, and they continue to cross boundaries and continue just to, oh, I'm gonna take this, mommy's not gonna care, or I'm gonna do this, oh, mommy, she not gonna really, she be mad for a minute, or she gonna get over it. Dad's, he's not really gonna care, he'll be for a minute, but then he'll get over it. No, it's crossing boundaries. And when it comes to our children, if we don't discuss those things and deal with them, our children will grow up and go out there in the world and continue to cross boundaries, continue to be the boundary crossers. So it's so important in teaching someone, because sometimes people do stuff because then it's never addressed. They don't feel that they cross boundaries. They don't even understand what boundaries are because no one has ever addressed boundaries. So it's so important, to, even when it comes to sister to sister or girlfriends, and you're having a conversation and someone continues to cross those boundaries, continues to say things and dismiss you what you're saying. It's not for us to go into arguments, but it's for us to nip things in the bud, that you can't keep on saying, that you can't keep on dismissing how I feel, because we all have feelings, we all have opinions. Sometimes you have to agree to disagree, and not allow someone to make you feel like you don't matter. Because when somebody continues to cross those lines and cross those boundaries, it makes you feel like you don't matter. And you do matter. You do matter. When it comes to young girls and women and even men, when it comes to sex and someone approaching you and crossing that threshold and saying in conversation some inappropriate things, we have to learn how to nip things in the bud and to say, no, that's making me uncomfortable. I don't like how that makes me feel. It's okay to deal with boundaries. A lot of times in life, we have grown up and not saying anything and allowing people to cross our boundaries. And sometimes we have been the person who, because no one has nipped it in the bud, we say things that's inappropriate and continue to say it. And then when someone does say, that makes me uncomfortable, we have the nerve to get an attitude. No, you've crossed somebody's boundaries, and we have to learn how to respect people and respect the limits that has been set forth. And when somebody corrects you on something, own up to it and say, you know what, you're right. Especially if that person is a friend or a family member or whatever. And we have to learn how just to deal with boundaries when it comes to just our everyday life. Either being the one who someone's crossing your line or you're crossing their line. Start acknowledging those things. You want to change in life. You want a different mindset. We gotta use those life coaching theories, being consistent and nipping things in the bud. Being dedicated to be the best person, and being the best person to yourself is keeping things in order and keeping your life in order, because people continuing to cross your boundaries can mess with your mental health. It can mess with your mental health because they keep on, it's like they backing you up in a corner. They crossing your lines. It's like they are provoking you. And it makes you try to like control it and everything. But when it's constantly done and you're not dealing with it, it puts you in that place of you get upset, but you're not dealing with it. So you have to tell people, like, you're crossing my boundaries. This is where my line is and where my limit is at. If you're going to be in my life, I'm requiring you to respect me and respect my space and respect my boundaries. And you have to be consistent in that at all times. Consistency, even when it comes to keeping you and things in check in your life. Consistency. I'm telling you, it is. I'm learning, like, certain times in our lives, we go through so much stuff, and it's little things like boundaries that we continue to allow people to cross, or we continue to cross. And that little thing, if you get that thing in order, you will be so surprised how much things begin to change, even in relationships, because people will start respecting you. You will start respecting other people. And I'm just so excited just to be able to share that with you, what I'm learning about boundaries and crossing people's boundaries and allowing people to cross my boundaries and just nipping things in the bud. Continue to come to my channel, continue to like, continue to comment, continue to share, subscribe. Remember my book, The Real Life of a Church Girl, The Untold Story. I'm telling you, this book is blessing people, and I'm so proud of it. I'm just so proud of what God has done in my life and through this book. And I ask that you continue just to support me. Just, DM me on The Real Life of a Church Girl, Instagram, on Facebook, Tamika Callahan. DM me so that you could get your book. Comment in here if you want to get a book. It's $12.99. Y'all have a good day. Remember, don't cross no one's boundaries, and don't allow no one to cross yours. Have a good day. God bless you.